So you were recently named the 2025 Miss Softball by the Alabama Sports Writers Association. Tell us about that and what that award means to you.
It was a really big honor. Usually they give it to who they think the best athlete in the state is. So it just felt really cool. And ever since I found out what it was, I've always wanted it. So it was just like cool to see it come full circle in my senior year.
Yeah, well, tell us about the event itself. Where was it held? And
we were at JSU, the library, I believe, and there was like Mr. Baseball was there, a couple college athletes, and then they just kind of like introduced us all. We got to talk a little bit. It was cool.
Well, was it surprising for you to win it, or was it something that you kind of expected?
It was a surprise, but also like I have very high expectations for myself,
Yeah.
So I thought I needed to get it.
Yeah.
Not like saying I deserved it, but
Yeah.
I tried.
Sure, absolutely. Y'all are 54-5, which is one of the, most number of wins in the nation. You end up losing to Orange Beach and coming up second in the state and runner-up. How do you look back at this year? Are you going to look back at it with pride or just maybe a little bit unfinished business?
Personally, I look back at it with pride since I'm kind of done there, but everyone else should be unfinished business for them. I think this year was one of the most fun teams I've ever been on, and I hope they continue that without me.
Yeah.
So.
Y'all had 4 straight elimination games that you got through. When you think about, the thing about this team that the mental toughness of this team, what are some of the qualities of this particular team at Curry?
All of us have grown up together and been through all this before. We did summer workouts having to get through it, which was not fun. We just had stuff like that already before us that prepared us. So I'm just proud of everyone for keep fighting.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about Coach Lawson. I know he's a very tough coach. So from your standpoint, what was it like playing for him?
Y'all think he's a tough coach, but he's a teddy bear. we became best friends in the past 6 years, and he loves like no other.
Yeah.
Like he seriously loves his players and would do anything for any of us. And he's awesome.
Is it something that, I do know that he's tough, but is it something that you've kind of got to get through and then you get to see that teddy bear if you can kind of bear with it a little bit?
I wouldn't say you get through it because I've had it for 6 years straight. Like even this year, he didn't have no slack just because I was a senior. But I don't know. It's like on the field and off the field, he's just a different person.
Yeah, I understand. Now you're joining one of the top softball programs of the country. You're going to Alabama this next year. Should be going in the next few weeks. What are you most excited about?
So I went to orientation this week and I met all the girls, and I'm super excited to play with them. And Coach Murphy has built a great program with winning along with a great culture. Like their big thing is person before athlete, and I'm just super excited to grow in that way too.
Curry has really built an incredible softball tradition here. You've won 3 state championships now, 2015, 2016, then 2022. And I know there's some girls that have kind of come ahead of you that have been an influence on you, Jenna Madison being one of them who just transferred to UNA. How have those girls made an impact on you as a player and a person?
So when I was about 8, I started being around Kaylee Horton and Ashley Swindle and all of them, and I went and watched them growing up. And I knew that's where I wanted to be. And so I began playing the same travel ball team as they did, like organization. I worked with their dads. Like I did everything I could just because I wanted to be like them one day. So they had a huge impact on me. I still call Kaylee sometimes to talk about the mental side of the game. She's been through everything I've been through. And then Jenna, we became best friends. And she's just been like a support there for me. Also in 7th grade, Katie Jo Richardson, if y'all remember her, she took me under her wing, basically because I was 12 years old playing varsity, and they just kind of treated me like their baby. Like it was I really liked that. So now I try to be like that towards other kids because they showed me how it should be.
Girls softball and women's softball is really on the rise. You just see it progressing, and now that the Athletes Unlimited Softball League, that's a new professional league that's been started, that's going on. What's your assessment of how the game is going overall?
I love it. I wish softball had this much recognition always. I mean, the World Series is starting to get like 2 million viewers per game. So it's just really growing, and I'm super excited to be a part of that soon.
Who are some athletes that have already come through at the collegiate level or even at the pro level that you try to emulate?
I really liked Skylar Wallace. She started off at Bama and then went to Florida, which everyone has their own reasons. But I really liked how she played. I like how Montana Fouts. I mean, everyone loves her, but she's like really competitive, and I am too. So I kind of like want to be like her in that way. Can't think of any more right now. There's a lot.
Now you play mostly third, but then you play other positions as well. What led you to third base, and what do you like about it?
I have a very fast reaction time, and I just love like on the runs, like running to the ball and throwing it on the run. That's one of my favorite things to do, and I get to do that the most at third.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I feel like I can be more in control there than I am anywhere else. So
I know you play basketball too, but you also, softball is kind of your number one. But what do you like? What do you like most about both of those sports?
I just like to compete personally. I'm a very competitive person. Everything I do, you can ask anyone I know, like any of my friends. That's how I am. But basketball was kind of like a relax for me, and I got to like my body moved in different ways. I got to do other things and not think about softball for once in my life.
Let's talk about outside of the field and your hobbies and things like that. What do you like to do outside of school and sports?
I go to the lake a lot. I love the lake. And I travel too, like not just with softball, but outside of that too. I like to travel. But most of my life is softball, so I don't have many hobbies.
What are some of the coolest events that you've been to softball wise?
The PGF All-American game I've done in the past 2 years, and I just made the East team this year. That's one of my favorite things. I get to meet new people, play with people across the country, some of the best.
Tell us a little bit more about those events.
They give you a bunch of gear. You get your team stuff. You get to go hang out with your team before, and you get everything free. And you get to coaches, like Montana Fouts was what coach 1 year. Like they do college players for coaches, and you just get to have fun. It's really just an end to California.
I know travel ball is a big deal. Talk a little bit about that experience for you and how that's benefited you.
So Bolts is tough. If anyone doesn't know that, I do this boot camp for 2 weeks in the beginning of every single summer. I've done it the past 6 years. So it's 2-a-days every day. And that gets me ready for the summer. And then I get to travel, play week-long tournaments with some of my friends. And it's just really helped develop me. The Bolts does a really good job at developing. So.
And where do they play out of, for those that don't know?
Birmingham. It's the Birmingham Thunderbolts.
Okay. And what league is it that y'all are part of?
I don't know how to explain that. We don't really have a league.
No league?
It's just travel ball. I don't know if it's a league.
Where are y'all playing mostly?
I go to Newberry, Florida every summer. I've been to Kansas City, Georgia. I'm going to Oklahoma this summer. I always go to Colorado every year, California. I've been to Texas before. It's just all over the country.
So it's going to different states mostly. Or do you play some travel ball in Alabama, or is it mostly
scrimmage games?
Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
Like at the end of boot camp, we have a few games we play, and then we go back into boot camp. So.
Are the Bolts kind of the top team?
We're up there.
All right. Let's talk about Curry. I know you just finished up and you're kind of closing your chapter here at Curry. I went to Walker, now Jasper, but we had a lot of friends that were at Curry. What are you going to miss most about being here?
The people and playing sports with my childhood best friends. I grew up here, and I wouldn't go anywhere else for anything. Like playing with these people and the coaches I've had, it's just all been such a blessing.
Yeah.
And everyone here is just so supportive of me and my journey. So
yeah, it's a little bit bittersweet to be leaving this place, but looking forward to going to Alabama.
It's all I've known the past 13 years. So
yeah. Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and I really do wish you the best, and roll Tide.
Roll Tide.